Hi, I'm Christine Cushing, and welcome to another helping of My Favorite Foods special quarantine kitchen edition. This is a series that I came up with to get us through these tough times. They're simple, feel-good recipes with ingredients that you probably already have in your kitchen, not too complicated, and really we want to get through this together. Today is a request, so I already have a request from the quarantine kitchen, so I had to make it. We're going to make a quarantine hummus. I love hummus, and I know that you're going to love this hummus as well. So let's talk. Main ingredient in hummus is chickpeas. However, I am telling you at this point, extreme times call for extreme measures. So I'm calling this the any bean, any seed hummus. So whatever beans you have in a can in your pantry, go ahead and use them. This is not about what's authentic, what it's supposed to be. What do you have? You put it in. All right, so the chickpeas, I've rinsed them, always just to get that little bit of silky kind of liquid that fills the can, and they're going into the blender. Okay, that's number one. Next thing to go in is some garlic, and I'm gonna do a couple of cloves, I would say. Here's where I'm always at a crossroads. How many cloves of garlic? This is a couple. What I've done is I've actually minced them already, but you can throw them in just like that. Already it's smelling Eastern Mediterranean. The spices, the garlic, the olive oil, tahini. It's like I'm already there. I can only be there virtually now, but it's gonna be amazing. I'm just telling you that right now. Then lemon zest. To me, I love using a combination of the outside, so the zest of the lemon. That's going to go in. It adds something totally different than acidity. It's that citronella, beautiful essential oil. Again, you don't have to do this. But why wouldn't you? If you have a lemon, go ahead. Do it. Do it. Okay, now let me see. Let's roll this baby up and see how much juice we can get. Rolling, rolling, really breaks those membranes up. And do we have any bets? Let's see. Is this going to be a nice, juicy lemon? Not bad. I would say not bad. So I'm going in with my, well, first I'm going to take the seeds out. So this juice of, I'm going to start with a half a lemon. Again, because you really don't know how much juice you're going to get out of it, right? Oh, just the smell of that lemon right away. Bingo. Okay, that's good. Now, saving this for later. Seasoning with some salt and just some plain cracked black pepper. And now, I want to show you again, just because we're in the quarantine kitchen, for me, I got a boatload of spices in my pantry. Tons of them. I have this, I have that. So I always use it. It's so easy, you just go in there and pick a spice. I mean, I always say this, so you don't have to look at it as complicated. I look at it as I'm using up my spices and things are going to taste amazing. This is some toasted cumin that I ground. I love what cumin brings to a hummus. But you want to be sure you don't go too crazy on it because it can get a little bit bitter. It's a little overbearing. So cumin is in. I'm going to give it a little heat with some chili flakes. Ooh, maybe that was a bit too much heat. And then a little round sweetness from some smoked paprika, but it's sweet. It's not hot. Not too much because it's going to make it too orange also. So that's it for the spices. I think that I've done a pretty good job there. Now, the reason that I call this any bean, any seed hummus is I always have a variety of different nut butters. I'm a nut, but I got a lot of nut butters in my fridge or in my pantry. And I wanted to show you one that I always have, and I actually love making hummus from it. Maybe you haven't tried it. It's pumpkin seed butter. Look at that. So fantastic. It adds a completely different flavor to hummus, and I absolutely love it. But again, you have cashew butter. You can go ahead and use it. Almond butter, hazelnut. They're all going to give a different flavor, but it really is about what do you have in your pantry. Sometimes we chefs can get a little carried away. I happen to have lots of different things. This one, though, is going to be the bomb. Let me tell you. Let me show you. This is a tahini that's actually made here locally. Look at the texture on that baby. And they add a little smokiness to the sesame, but does this look like you could have a facial with it? Look at it. Whoa. Looks so great. So I'm going to now add, again, this is the no recipe. I'm eyeballing everything, but you're going to get the full recipe below the description. I don't want you to stress any more than you already probably are in these times, but this I'm calling the no recipe. You add a bit, see, do you want more? Don't add too much because then you can't take it out. All right, a touch of olive oil is going to go in there off the top, just to kind of blend it. And then I'm going to add a bit more, just a splash of water, a splash. Now, first level of pulsing, lid's going to go on. Fasten your seatbelts. We're about to take off. Oh. So now I see that this is going beautifully. I'm just going to go in with, again, we're creating an emulsion with the olive oil in a thin stream. Until it reaches the desired texture you like and flavor. I don't add too much again. We're going, are you ready? Take it up a notch, a little more. Okay, let me do a little tasting here now before I adjust and keep going, because this is the beauty of any cooking that's done like this, is you want to taste. Every ingredient has its own nuance that you want to keep in balance. But right away I'm looking at the texture and I can see it's too thick. Come and have a look at this. It's more like if I wanted to put up a bit of wallpaper, I could do it right now. It's a little bit too thick, right? Let me see how it tastes though. Oh, good level of, I love it. Tanginess. I'm not going to add any more lemon because the lemon is beautiful. And the garlic to me, even though we're in the Eastern Mediterranean, I don't want that garlic to be like a slap in the head. Yes, it's supposed to be pungent. I'm adding a little bit more salt because it needed that. But it's not supposed to be so aggressive, right? So I'm going to add a teeny bit of water just to kind of loosen that up a bit. Hopefully more in the blender and less on the counter. And then I'm going to put the lid on and I'm going to stream again through the top. A little more olive oil. The smell is crazy. Now I'm going to tell you something insane right now about hummus. So here's the thing. In the Eastern Mediterranean, there are many, many countries that claim they have the original hummus, they have the best hummus. But the one thing that they do that we did not do here because it's a little bit fussy is the chickpeas are peeled. Yes. So when you peel the chickpeas, you get a super silky inside. That's a little bit too fussy for the times we're in now, but if you want to try that another time, that's going to make some seriously silky hummus. All right. I think, oh, the smell is beautiful. I'm going to do a little just final tasting to see where we are. See, that texture is way better. than it was before. It's less wallpaper pasty. Oh, it's good. To me, checking all the boxes. Not too tangy, not too salty, not too spicy. Oh, it's good. All right, now we're gonna do a little simple presentation. And so I'm gonna pull this guy off. And I'm gonna do this really in that traditional way where you do a nice little swoop. So it's coming your way. I love just having this with some veggies, some flatbread, salads. Look at that. And that paprika gives it a nice little, kind of a slightly orange hue, which I love. Then we're gonna do a little swirly swirl. And we make kind of a crater in the center. Again, I like it a little bit looser, so if you want it thicker, you can absolutely do that. But here we're not being too fussy. Okay, there's one last thing that I want to add to this beautiful hummus. Check it out. Okay, it might be getting a little bit, shall we say, adding another element, but this is same as what's in here. These are roasted chickpeas. So what I'm going to do is drizzle a little bit of olive oil right in the center here. Can you start to imagine it already? And I'm going to take a few of these beautiful, these have just been roasted with some, oh, look at that. Oh, super exciting already. Come on, are you kidding me? So I just put some za'atar, a little bit of salt, pepper, some oregano, whatever you want, and just put them in some olive oil in the oven for about 15 minutes while I blend everything else. And this is where, again, if you have a rich pantry, I happen to have sumac. It's beautiful. It's very tangy, lemony, and it's got a beautiful color. This is a little bush that grows in the Mediterranean of these red berries. Fantastic. I'm addicted to sumac. So we're just going to do a little sprinkle-y sprinkle on top of that. Are you kidding me or what? Shall we hit it with a little more olive oil, or is it just overkill? I think it's good. Look at that. So, but I am going to hit it with a teeny bit of fleur de sel or Malden salt for a bit of texture. I'm even whispering now. Even I'm talking quietly. Well, hello? I don't even have words. Look at that. Beautiful. So you can serve this with just about anything you want. For me now in the quarantine kitchen, I don't have any pita. I didn't want to make pita. But what I did make is this beautiful focaccia, which you might want to check out the full video for. I posted it a few days ago last week. I can't even remember when. But the focaccia will be awesome with this. Not traditional, but phenomenal. And if you're cutting back on the bread, which I know you're not, you can always serve some carrots. So we're going to do a little tasting. I don't want to mess up that beautiful plate. So I'm going to take my own little dollop here and we're going to taste. Oh, that is good. With the carrot. This has everything you want in a quarantine date. Everything. Little garlic. Lots of garlic. Little bit. Olive oil, spices. Did I mention it's vegetarian? If you're observing Lent this week, which a lot of people are, this is a great dish that really makes you feel like you're having something rich and flavorful, but there's absolutely nothing, no meat. It's all vegetarian, vegan. I can't stop eating this. I know you're gonna love it. Please share your comments, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what's happening in your quarantine kitchen. And if you have any requests, please send them my way. I'm posting one every other day, trying to keep that pattern here as long as I can, as long as I have supplies, as long, as it's possible. Thank you again for spending some time in the quarantine kitchen with me. See you next time. Please try the hummus and let me know what you think. See ya.